Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Jordan, also known as Scraps, and it is currently 9:10 p.m. I've been working for 4 hours, just helping out my grandparents or whatever. Everyone has to have stuff done, you know? Okay, so for the past day or so, day and a half, my videos haven't been uploading. I don't know why, they just fail to upload. Uh, I don't know. So for Sunday, I'll have time Sunday. So what I'm going to do for Sunday is make about 3 to 5 videos and then just export them and then upload them directly to YouTube. So on Sunday, I'll be posting about 3 to 5 videos. So here's the demo example for this synth. It's chiptune-ish. And so I've been getting a lot of requests to make this type of sound. So I thought I would show you on how I made it. Have a listen to the demo example and enjoy. So the synth without the arpeggiator sounds kind of like this. Pretty beautiful if you come from the digital age. Anyways, I'm going to show you how to create that bad boy. So I'm going to go to my Reason, create a new document, drag up my mixer, and drag down my sequencer. So in order to create this synth, we need to create a combinator. So I'll go to Utilities and create a combinator. And if you're following along, in case you don't have a right-clickable PC mouse, you can hold down Control and a left-click, and left-click at the same time, and then let go of Control. It will give you the same menu. So inside this combinator, I'm going to go to my instruments and create a blank Maelstrom grain table synthesizer. You can also right-click or control-click this instrument to reset it to get it to initialize. Anyways, for the mod wheel, all I did is I took the shift all the way down to -64. I didn't mess with anything else. For my mod A, we're going to take this to a square wave, which is curve 3. I also turned up the rate all the way to 127, and I pushed the shift. How much shift did I push? I pushed it to 35. 35 for the shift. Now if you can't get the fine parameters, what you can do is you can click and hold shift to get those fine numbers. Anyways, for our first oscillator, we want to choose a PWM synth. Gonna leave it where it is, just push it up an octave. Boop. We're gonna take the decay and sustain all the way to the top for this synth. For our second oscillator, for the first oscillator. For our second oscillator, we're going to choose square. Now you can use triangle. They do have similar properties, but the differences between a triangle and a square is that there's no hard cut off. So this is with the sound with a square. This is with it with a square. And this is with it with a triangle. It's a little bit more degraded. So that's the differences. I'm also going to push up an octave for the square and take the decay all the way to the top. I'm going to enable the shaper, turn on shaper. I'm going to turn the amount to 127 all the way up. I'm going to choose saturate for the type. For filter B, I choose comb plus, and I turn all the routing buttons on. And I boost the frequency all the way to about 90. And no resonance. we don't need it. For the filter, we're taking the decay and sustain all the way, and we choose the amount to be 127. Okay, so after this, we're going to create from our Studio Effects a line 6 bass amp to squash the signal. After this, we're going to create from our utilities a RPG 8 monophonic arpeggiator. So for this arpeggiator, what we want to do is leave it on up. For the octave amount, we want to choose 4. And for the insert, I just leave it off. There's no need for it. And instead of the sync option that you can see by the right button, we're going to take that off and we're going to change it all the way to 22.1. Well, let's just use 21 for now. We're almost all there. We take the gate down to about 73. Now, if your sound sounds a little bit different, we still have a little bit to go. So after this, we're in the right ballpark, just not totally there yet. So after this, I'm going to go to my creative effects and choose pulverizer. For the squash, I'm going to turn up to 35%, and then dirt, I believe I turned that up to 69%. Haha! I turn the, what is this? The frequency, tremor to frequency, I turn that to negative 100. I choose the rate all the way to about 1001, and I turn on spread. I also, let's see, turn up the threshold a bit. I take all 3 of these down to negative 100, all 3 knobs. Boost up the attack a bit and take the release past that, so about 64% on the release, 35% on the attack, and 8% on the follower. So after this, we're going to just master it. So I'm going to go to my Studio Effects and create an equalizer, and we're going to turn on low cut, parameter 1, parameter 2, and high shelf. For parameter 1, take this about 154 Hz, gain down, Q all the way up. Parameter 2, take this about 4.204 kHz, gain down, Q all the way up. High shelf, take that all the way down to 3 kHz. Push up the gain to 2.3 and push up the Q to 2.0. After this, create an M-class maximizer, turn on soft clip, take off limiter, put release to auto, and turn the soft clip amount to 127. Now this sounds really bad because the tremor effect. Now there is another, let me show you what you need to do in order to just get the basic synth. Because I'll show you something else that you can do with the synth that I had no idea you can do. So the only thing you need to do is just turn off pulverizer. Now if you want your sound to be a little bit more like this, what we need to do is change, let's see, change the mod a bit actually. So that's the only difference is that if you have a modulation parameter, you can use that to switch between degraded of 1 synth into degraded of 2 synths. So that would be about the only differences. Okay, so now that you have the synth, you can do whatever you want with it. However, what I'm going to show you is something a bit extra. So let's say that our rate is at 1001. What would happen if we set our hertz amount to 1001? Well, you start to get something a little bit different. and I'll show you that by example. And those are the types of sounds you get when you set both parameters to be 10 or 1. They sync with each other, which means that if you have two frequencies synced, that means you can create all types of LFOs to be modulated with your sound. Now these are two different LFOs because one modulates the sound and one is modulating the notes. So in terms, you can get two different wobbles, which means you can get a whole new set of growls, and it also means that you can dive much deeper in their synths than what you used to. Thanks for joining me, and I'll check you guys out tomorrow for another synth tutorial. Thanks, and bye.